Hello, welcome. Today I'm channeling my side ponytail, bringing back some of that youthfulness. Got on my fun, crazy leggings, and we're just gonna have some yoga play. This isn't meant to be taken too seriously. It's just a practice to help us get into our body, find our breath, and to be okay with where we are right here and right now. So let's come to the front edge of your mat, finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring the arms down by your side, allow the eyes to close. Take 3 deep breaths. Breathing in and out through the nose, and adding on the Ujjayi breath at any time if you'd like, making it sound a little like a seashell held up to your ear. After your 3rd breath, inhale the arms all the way out and up, and then we're just gonna wiggle. Wiggle, letting go of any energies that don't serve us, letting go of the seriousness of the day. And then we're gonna take that wiggle out to the side and the shakes and just allow everything to shake down. And then begin to slow down. And then maybe rock from side to side. And then stop in any rocking you may be doing, hanging in a forward fold. Finding your breath smooth and steady, allowing all the wrinkles of the forehead to just relax and release. And then from here on an in-breath, look up. On an exhale, we're going to gently bend the knees, coming into a toe squat. And then we're just going to walk around a little bit on our toes. So just walking perhaps from one end of the mat to the other. We're stretching our calves, our shins, our feet, using them in ways we don't often do. And coming back now to the end of the mat where you started. We're going to slowly place the heels onto the ground and let the buttocks crash to the mat. Then from here, hanging on to the knees, we're going to gently rock back and forth a few times. So just rocking without coming to the crown of the head, massaging the spine, smiling every time you go back, and holding that smile, or maybe even sticking out your tongue as you come up. We get so serious all the time. We forget how to play. We forget how to be silly. And then the next time you come up, we're going to come up and sit. And we're going to sit with the legs out to the side. So bring the soles of the feet together, legs out to the side. And we're going to use our thumbs and just push into the bottoms of the feet. So you might need to separate them a little bit. You might need to bring them a little bit forward, wherever you need to be able to touch the bottoms of your feet. We're just going to press hard with your thumbs into the feet, kind of like you're mad at the phone and you're just pressing some numbers, beep, 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 beep. Just pressing. And now you can use your fingertips on the top of the feet. Just pressing. We're going to do that same beep, beep, beep with the thumbs and the fingertips on the calves, and then on the inner thighs, on our side waist and our ribs, coming up to our shoulders, and now do that same kind of grabby beep, beep, beep on the neck. We hold a lot of tension in the neck. We go off and get massages every month or couple of months or whenever we can't stand it anymore, go on vacation. But all throughout the day, you can do little mini massages, letting that go. Bringing the hands down by your side, inhaling and exhaling. From here, we're going to extend the legs out, not super wide, just kind of wide, and we're going to point and flex through the toes. Point, one toe as you flex the other, and we're just gonna point and flex. And if you wanna get the body into it as well, maybe lean a little bit side to side as you do it, you're welcome to. Just going with whatever movement feels right to you. And then pausing. From here, we're gonna open the legs a little bit wider. And now just bend the knees, kind of like a little wave. You slide the heels in a little bit, you slide them out. Slide them in, slide them out. Maybe you can put one hand in front and one behind and open the legs a little wider. Continuing that, like bend one knee, straighten, bend, straighten. You know, just keep wiggling, pushing energy out through the heels. Maybe add in the hands like we're pumping. And then maybe one hand in behind and one in front. Make the legs a tiny bit wider. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. It's kind of fun with my stripy leggings, seeing the bends like a wave. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Then pausing in the center, finding the stillness even in the silly. On an in-breath, lengthen through the spine, pressing out through the feet, down through the sit bones. We're gonna hinge at the hips, not at the waist. If we hinge at the waist, I'll show you. If I hinge at the waist, it'll be lower down the belly, just above the belly button. That'd be hinging here. Hinging at the hips allows us to come forward. Hinging at the waist limits us to the flexibility of our spine. If you're never able to get the belly towards the ground, it's because you're just hinging from the spine. This movement that gets the belly towards the ground is because of the flexibility of our hips. So coming forward to wherever is comfortable for you, we're then going to do the little micro bends of the knees again, bending, stretching. If you feel like you're too wide in order to do that, make the V a little narrower. So it won't be quite as big as it was when we were upright. And then pausing. On an in-breath, come all the way up. From here, we use our hands to draw the legs together. Sitting in Dandasana, our staff pose, removing any flesh away from the sit bones, pressing the hands down by your side. Again, we're going to bend each knee, kind of dragging it in slightly, each foot. Feeling the breath, feeling the hamstrings, the legs alive. This playful, slightly pedaling motion. Pausing here. Next in-breath, we'll bring the arms all the way up overhead. And on an out-breath, we're going to hinge forward, reaching for the toes, the ankles, the calves, or the thighs, whatever is available to you today. And maintaining a flat back, we're going to hinge forward slightly more. Using the hands to resist, kind of pulling away, so we can feel some stretch as well in the back. So depending on where you need a little bit of stretch and where you're holding and how you're pulling will determine where you may feel the stretch in the back. Being gentle and kind to the hamstrings, the back of the leg. Next in-breath, we'll sit all the way up. Bend the knees, place the feet onto the ground. And from here, we're going to do a little windshield wiper with our legs. So walk the feet about as wide as the mat. Hands are going to come down to your side, and we're going to just drop the legs from right to left. Opening the hips, maybe smiling as you go. When I look in the mirror and see my side ponytail, it reminds me of being 10. That was the hairstyle I always had. Side ponytail. All right, pausing any of that, if available to you, and it might not be for your wrist, we're going to lift the buttocks off the mat. And we're going to walk back like a little crab, a few steps. Walk forward like a crab, a few steps. And then just shift the hips from side to side. And then sit back down. From here, extend the legs out long. We're gonna then bring the hands to the legs and slowly using your arms to help hold you down, we're gonna roll onto the back. Once you get onto the back, bend the left knee in towards the chest. With the left knee in towards the chest, we're gonna see if we can bring the left knee out towards the armpit a little bit. With the left knee towards the armpit, the left ankle might wanna come a little bit more towards the belly button. A-okay. Pants are rolling down. Happens when you start getting a little belly. And that's okay. Hugging the left knee back towards the chest again. We're then going to extend the left leg up towards the ceiling and allow the left foot to float down to the mat. Then from here, we're going to hug the right knee in. Hug it first straight up towards the chest. And then once the knee's towards the chest, we're going to then bring the right knee out towards the right armpit. And it might want to bring the right ankle a little bit closer to the belly button. Then we'll return the right knee back towards the chest. And then from here, release the right knee so the right foot comes to the ground. We'll bring the left foot to the ground as well. From here, we're just going to begin to roll the pelvis a few times. So it's like you're trying to make a big arch in the lower back without lifting the buttocks off. And then you're trying to squash the belly button down into the ground and maybe just the very bottom of the butt lifts. So it's just rolling through the pelvis, up and back. Getting a little mobility there in our lower back and spine. And then pause in a neutral position from here. We'll then draw both knees up towards the armpits. So not towards the chest, towards the armpits. From here, flex your feet. Bring your feet up towards the ceiling. The knees are still towards the armpits. Then we're going to bring the arms inside of the legs. Maybe do a few like up and downs, like big jaws kind of motion. Their feet in this weird position. Bring the hands in between the feet, and then with the elbows inside the knees, we're going to bring the hands to the outsides of the feet. So elbows on the inside, hands on the outside of the feet. Then we're going to begin to use the strength of the arms to pull the legs towards the ground near your armpits. This is happy baby pose. And perhaps you're not feeling very happy in this pose. Well, babies don't just sit like this and sit still. Babies rock from side to side. Babies put a foot in their mouth. Babies just play and giggle. They explore their body without any judgment. So if you're rocking in your happy baby, maybe come to find some stillness. From here, we'll release the left foot, bringing the left foot to the mat, and take the right ankle into a number 4 shape. So the right ankle is across the left knee thigh area, and energetically press the right knee away from your right shoulder. Then from here, we're going to lift the left foot off of the mat, bringing the left leg and the right leg along for the ride up towards your chest. Now you can use just the strength of your legs, or left hand can grab left thigh, right hand can press on right inner thigh, not on right knee, right inner thigh. So the left hand is pulling closer to your chest, the right hand is pressing away. So where we're aiming for is feeling a stretch in the outside of the right butt cheek. So kind of like where jeans pockets would be. Take another beautiful deep breath in here. And then slowly release, allowing the left foot to come back to the mat Extend the right leg up towards the ceiling and shake it out a little bit. Then we'll bring the right leg to the floor. So both feet are on the floor, both knees are bent. Pause for a moment as you observe the difference between the right and left sides of your body. Smile. From here on your next exhale, we're going to bring the left knee towards the chest. Reach for the left foot with your right hand. We're going to then place the left foot in a flexed position, so that's like with the heel firmly pushing away, over the right knee thigh area. And then take the left knee and energetically push it away from the left shoulder. So we've made a number 4 like shape with our legs. From here you can stay like this is. You might be feeling it on like the left pant jean or jean pocket on the left side. But if you'd like to add on, maybe bring the right leg up. Maybe use the right hand behind the right thigh, and the left hand can press on the left thigh, not on the left knee, on the left thigh. Left foot is still flexed. Right hand is drawing in, left hand is pressing away. So with this flexed both feet, hopefully feeling some energy now in the left jean pocket. Sitting all day gets our piriformis muscle really tight. It's not natural for humans to sit all day. And as this muscle gets tight, we can get pain either in our back or down our leg, often mistaken for sciatica, but it's really just a tight piriformis muscle. Then slowly release the hands, allow the right foot to come to the mat. The left foot will come up towards the ceiling and we'll just wiggle it around. Wiggle it around, and then bring the left foot back to the mat. Centering yourself, palms down. Noticing now if the sides of your body are beginning to even out. So maybe a little more energy right now on the left side since it was just worked. And as you settle back into your breath, perhaps leveling out. Then from here, take the right leg up towards the ceiling, then the left leg, then the right arm, then the left arm. And from here, we're just going to wiggle. Similar to how we did at the beginning, wiggling, wiggling, wiggling. And you might think I'm a little nuts. Why are we doing this? And yes, it's meant to be playful and fun. But what we're doing is we're moving lymph fluid. So lymph is the clear fluids in our bodies that hydrates our cells. It's not blood. It's moved through our veins and arteries to get, so it moves through our body one way to get out to all the cells. But to come back, we need to get it through our lymph nodes and pressed all the way back into our core area. Now, we don't have a heart that pumps the lymph system. What moves the lymph system is movement. So if you sit on a plane too long and your ankles get swollen, it's because you got lymph fluid that's stuck down on your ankles. You've been sitting there too long, you weren't moving. So our lymph, we want it to come to our core. We have a lot of lymph nodes near our joints, some near our knees. So let's bring our hands behind our knees, massage just a tiny little bit, and then bend the knees. And then maybe bring the hands to opposite armpits, just squeeze a little bit. It's okay, I know it's weird, we don't like to touch our armpits. We got a lot of lymph nodes there, just squeeze in a little bit. And then we're going to use the hands to draw the knees really close in because we got a bunch of other lymph nodes in our groin area. So when we can squeeze our knees and squeeze our groin, we can help move the lymph fluid down back into the core, out of the extremities. Exercises like bouncing on like mini trampolines and things are fantastic for moving lymph. All right, from here, let's bring the feet back down to the ground. One last thing, very gently now. We're going to take your fingers to your neck and just do like little pushes on the front of the neck, on the sides. We have a lot of lymph nodes there as well. And then pausing, bringing the hands down by your side, observing the body. And as I say lymph, the lymph fluid, lymph, 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 lymph fluids that flow through the body, the lymph, our water system, lymph, lymph, lymph. You might begin to notice that the mouth begins to fill with saliva. We are moving fluids even just by the thought, by hearing the words. From here, we'll extend the legs out long and then kind of wish them from side to side again, allowing each foot to come down, maybe the whole body a little bit from side to side, and then pausing, allowing the knees to gently roll open, allowing the arms to roll open, allowing the face to smile, allowing the brow and jaw to be soft, letting go of any tension in the butt cheeks, and just smiling, breathing, being. We're going to stay here and breathe for 6 more breaths. You count. An inhale and an exhale is 1. Perhaps your breaths can get slower and deeper as you move closer to 6. When you reach 6, and I'm not rushing you, place the feet back on the ground, bending the knees. And then roll over to your favorite side, using your lower arm to cradle your head and your upper arm to give yourself a hug of gratitude. And then gently pressing into the ground with your upper arm, push yourself up to a comfortable upright seated posture. Removing any flesh away from the sit bones once again. Allowing the spine to be long. From here, we're going to look over the right shoulder and then look over the left shoulder. And then come back to center. Look down, allowing the chin to drop to the chest. And then just allow the eyes to look up and the chin to come slightly past neutral. And then allow the head to slowly come down again, chin towards the chest, head slightly up. And then next time the chin drops towards the chest, allow the eyes to close, with the eyes remaining closed. As the chin comes up, allow the corners of the mouth to rise. And then bring the head to a neutral position, eyes closed, corners of the mouth risen. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Drawing your hands to your heart. And then allowing your left hand to come to your belly. Take your right index finger and draw a little heart on your own sternum. Placing your right hand over the heart that you've drawn. Breathe in, breathe out. Thank you for honoring me with your practice. Thank you for allowing me to play with you today. And thank you for allowing me to share my teacher's teachings with you.